Dillian The Celebrity, aka do you still go by Big Country?
Yes, Big Country is my alter ego. So like when I'm in my country era, when I'm going back home, that is Big Country. Or anything that really resonate with like younger, like Dylan, Beaumont, Texas, that is who Big Country
And when
is.
you're in LA, you're
and when I'm in LA,
Celebrity.
it's still in a celebrity. But Dylan the Celebrity always, because we're celebrities. Like you're a celebrity. I feel like you should add that to the end of your name. Like, it goes.
We'll workshop something.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the celebrity from you, but we'll do something.
But the reason why I created it is because I wanted to feel some type of way with people whenever they claim something. You're claiming something that's already belonged to you. Like, if you know in your mind that one day you're going to be a celebrity, claim it.
Just say that.
If you know one day in your mind you're going to be a comedian, say, hey, whatever your name is, I'm a comedian. Or, you know what? If you want to be a stripper, be like, hey, I'm the stripper. Like, whatever you do, just try to be the best out of it and just go ahead and claim it because it's already yours.
I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. So we were connected through Courtney Revolution, who was my second guest on this show. I love Courtney, too. He's truly one of my favorite people.
And such a light in this world.
Yeah, Courtney the Celebrity.
Yeah, Courtney the Celebrity.
Courtney the Celebrity.
No, Courtney the Revolution.
Courtney the Revolution.
You see, I live for it.
There you go. It was right in front of me this whole time. So, Dylan, you were on a reality show called The Anonymous, which myself and so many people loved. And right before we started recording, we were saying how it's interesting that they never made, as of now, another season of that show just because maybe there's just too much shows out. Well,
the way that it ended, it was like, hey, Dani, bring in more house guests. So who knows? It might be a season 2. But we did so well on season 1 that we would kind of ate that up.
You guys killed season 1.
And it was a good time. I think what is going on right now in reality TV, I think it's like people are experiencing real life shit that is happening in the world. And reality TV used to be a form of an escape to people. But now I think that it's like no one wants to see people be in a stressful situation because we are all in stressful situations right now.
So true.
So they're like, why would I watch something that raises my stress level? They want to watch something that's a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more real. So I think streaming is taking over. I just went to a Halloween party and literally there were cameras everywhere. So every day your life is becoming a reality TV show and people just don't even see it. It's happening right in front of you.
So true. Like, especially us living in LA, I do feel like any event, there are always cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah, like literally, like back in the day, whenever people used to have flip phones, you used to cut up in the clubs, and no one had it on footage. Baby, now everything that you do and every move that you do is being recorded, which makes me a little scared.
No, same.
And the reason why it makes me scared because I feel like you're not getting the real version of people.
Yeah.
I feel like what we're seeing now at the parties and things is a facade of what people want people to see because they know that they're being recorded. But I feel like we're losing that essence of what real reality is because people start believing that people start believing the persona that they're trying to put out there in the world rather than to be themselves.
Or like even back in the day, one of the first reality shows was The Real World, right?
Right, yes.
And all they did was throw people in a house and film them. And that was it.
And that was it.
But I do think now if something like that came out, people would be like, this is a little boring.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I do love competition shows because you're a different version of yourself because you're a competitor. So naturally, it might not be your authentic self, but this is your competitor version of yourself.
Yeah, and people get to see another layer. I think that's what keeps reality shows alive. That's why you see a lot of success in Love Island because they are doing challenges with love and it's really tying into their heartstrings and you really have to be real on that show and that's why people are relating to them and everyone is going crazy because you're really putting yourself out there. So I am so interested to see new concepts in reality TV, but I also want to see which direction we can go into to kind of keep that audience entertained.
You are my favorite kind of guest because so often I'll interview people that have been on reality but don't watch reality. So I could pick your brain forever. I'm so excited.
I absolutely. I love it. I think reality TV is fun. I always had an interest in being a part of it. In fact, I auditioned for Big Brother twice, auditioned for The Circle, did not get any of those, and it landed me to the first show, which was The Anonymous.
Wow. Yeah. But I think that was probably for the best, because being on the first season of a hit show on USA, which is now on Peacock, it's such a big deal. Not many people can say that.
I mean, I feel like life is just about finding that right opportunity and being ready for that opportunity. I realized when I was auditioning for these other shows, maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I had to improve and work on myself with different things. And I kind of just took that reflect and kind of just perfected my craft of being an entertainer. I feel like that is what I am. Like Dillian, when you walk into the room, it is who you is. This is what you get. This is who I am. I'm loud. I'm crazy. And this is not a persona. This is literally me without the cameras.
Yes.
Like I shower with my Beyonce on full blast.
Dylan was like this from the moment he stepped in this door. Before we get too into it, I always love to kind of explain the premise of the show that you were on for people that are listening that might not have ever seen The Anonymous. So The Anonymous is a reality competition show where contestants must live and play in two different worlds, one in person and one anonymously online. The premise is to see which player can best maintain their hidden identity and manipulate others through these digital interactions. Those who are the best at staying anonymous gain power, including the ability to eliminate other players. You were pretty damn good at staying anonymous. The episode where you, spoiler alert, eventually get eliminated, people's jaws were on the floor when they found out who you were. How did you like what was your strategy? Let me rephrase this question. Did you know what show you were signing up for when you got this show?
So when I first heard about the concept, I was like, okay, this is a mix of Big Brother and The Circle.
100%.
Like where you can play anonymously. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be very interesting. I was super excited about it. I was like, I'm going to do very well in the social challenges. I knew I was going to eat that up. Like I knew I was going to be everyone's best friend as soon as I walk into the house, because I'm a people person. I love humans. Like I love human interaction. That's what I thrive in. So put me in the house with being social, that social game is going to be strong.
Right.
I struggled with the damn challenges. Yeah, as you can see, baby, I mean, my body is perfect. Get into it. Body is the 20th letter of the alphabet. However, when it comes to physical challenges, that might not be my strength. And I knew that. So I was like, okay, I have to really play in these two worlds. And it's like three worlds in one. So it's like the challenges, it's the social experiment of the show, and it's also the anonymous version. And in Anonymous, I was like, okay, if I'm loud and I'm crazy in person, I need to kind of tie it back and kind of just spit out straight facts when I'm in anonymous mode. So my strategy going in, I was like, I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to just state a fact. And my fact is that everyone had a chance to vote for who they wanted to be up on the chopping block. And I would always start off the chat being the first message and saying, blank this person, you will be up for elimination. And the crazy part is that I would put them up for an elimination, so they would, it's a fact.
Right.
But the craziest part is that when I was Popsicle, the people that I was putting up for elimination, they were getting exited out the house. So I was absolutely
gagged.
Were
planting that seed.
So I was like, this shit is crazy, because I'm like, it feels like I'm controlling the game when I'm not controlling the game whatsoever, because it was all throughout, whoever came the anonymous. I was never the anonymous, not one time on that show.
And the anonymous is like the person that holds the power, right?
Yeah. The person that holds the power is the one who gets to kick out the person.
So you were in these little pods. They called them the hideout. And that's when you chose your character. So you started as Popsicle. No one knew who. No, you started as Alien.
And then Popsicle.
And no one knew who either one of those people were. So you absolutely killed it. And then, much like The Circle, you were talking to the screen in this chat. That's such a good comparison. It literally is Big Brother mixed with The Circle. Yeah. So before we get into too much of the show, I'm really curious, you had applied for Big Brother, you had applied for The Circle. What was the casting process like for The Anonymous? Did you apply or did they find you?
So since they already had my application on file for The Circle, the same casting company contacted me and said, hey, we got this new concept of a show. Are you interested in being a part of it? And I was like, well, yeah, this was November 2023. And I was like, well, yeah, let's do it. The process of casting, people don't understand. It is a long process. I mean, you have to go through several rounds of phone interviews, several rounds of camera interviews, several rounds of interviews with the producers, with the film. You have to take an EKG. You have to get get like a physical, they make sure that they are doing their due diligence of making sure that they're not putting crazies in the house. Now, it is insane because like, you know, like they always say you don't know that you're actually on the show until you're on the show. So it doesn't matter even if you fly out, like we filmed in Spain. Even though I flew out to Spain and in the hotel, they say you are not on the show until you're like on camera.
Wow.
So that is what they go by. So it's like they never officially say like, congratulations, you're casted on the show. They're like, congratulations, you have been asked to go to the next round.
Right. I guess, and that's a way for them to like cover their ass a little bit. Like just in case you don't get picked. You can't be like, well, you said I was going to be on the show.
Because apparently there are some people that actually flew out that was not on the show that we have not met at all.
Wow. Like you'll never know who the alternates were. We would never know who they are. That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
That is crazy.
And the crazy part about it is that if you take a look at the cover photo, like the logo photo, it's a head, and on top of the head they have like figures at the top. One of those figures don't belong to anyone that we I know. One of those figures don't belong to anyone that we know from the house. I'm gonna let me show you, because we didn't see the cover photos and everything else. We didn't even know what the show was going to be called until we were on set. It was underneath this code name called Hush Money. So if you're looking, it was iconic because I thought I was that girl. So if you look right here at the screen, I was like, oh, Dillian figure is dead in the middle in the center. I said, that girl, right? Okay, this is Victoria.
Okay.
This is Robbie. This is Xavier. That's Sydney. That's Tyrena. We don't know who this guy is. This is not Christopher. I'm letting everyone know, y'all, this is not Christopher. We don't know who that guy is, and that's Bisma.
So you guys have all talked and like to each other and like, can anybody identify this person? And no one can claim him.
That is not that. Like no one can claim him at all.
Wow.
But the gag of the whole thing is that the whole head is Nina.
Oh.
And no one would even like, Nina ate that up. Like you can see a part of her dress. Isn't that crazy?
And Nina is the daughter of Sandra from Survivor.
Won the whole entire show.
Okay, so you kind of mentioned this a little bit, but when you got flown out to Spain and you're like put up in the hotel and you're waiting to get on the show, how much did you know about the show? Like, did they come in and brief you like, here's how to play?
So they did that before we actually went into the house. They kind of like in our interview process, we also did a practice round of the game. So you kind of got a little bit of a understanding of what it was. But then before we went in, they gave us a list of things that we need to like do and the whole purpose of the show. And in there, they have like producers that's going to help you like guide you and ask certain questions. So you kind of figure it out.
Okay. So because it does seem like when you get there, they're like, all right, everybody gather around and we're going to teach you how to play the game. And I'm like, there has to have been a bit more explanation.
They gave us a very like a brief of like what the game was going to look like, but no one... Like, we didn't know who was going to be casted. So when I seen Xavier, I gagged. I said, oh, this is a competition series. When I seen Andy, I was like, he looks familiar.
Right.
And I didn't recognize anyone else. But I knew Xavier from watching Big Brother and being on a cookout. I was like, oh, he is a competitor. So and he knew that I knew who he was. Right. So I was like, me and him, we need to be in an alliance.
Right. Yeah. So for people that don't know, the interesting thing about the Anonymous is it was a mixture of people that kind of had a presence versus people that didn't, but it wasn't anyone like, I'm not a Big Brother watcher, so I wouldn't have recognized Xavier.
Right.
I wouldn't have known that was Sandra Diaz's daughter.
Oh, we all didn't know that.
I would have known it was the Firefest guy. Did you? I would have known him.
I knew he looked familiar, but I didn't know who. It clicked when he told me. As you can see, I was gagged.
Yeah,
I was like,
100%.
Oh my God.
So when you entered that house, like you entered hot, you had a ton of energy, you were so excited. Tell me like because that was the first time you were on camera. What was that first day of filming like?
All I remember is that I wore that outfit twice, and I usually never wear outfits 2 times in a row, but I wore that outfit because the first day we did like all of our content creation and all of our photos.
Oh, like stuff for social media?
Stuff for social.
Okay.
And they was like, you have to wear the same outfit to enter the house. I was like, oh, really? This is nasty. So that's what was going through my head. But I was like, you know what? But also went through my head, I'm like, I need to let these people know who the hell Dillian is before before they think that I'm like putting on the show for the camera, like later on, like this is who I am. So out the gate, I brought my clock fan and I clacked and I said, baby, the party is here.
And I love that. Like, just, I'm going to show you exactly who I am right off the bat.
So it's no surprises.
It was nighttime when you entered. It was right off to filming. You like explain, like you got there, you met everyone. You hadn't met anyone prior to going on.
In fact, we actually did. So what they didn't show is, I guess they cut this out, but we were all supposed to, we arrived in like Teslas and we were paired up. I was paired up with Sydney.
Okay.
So they even had us like get in a car with them and they filmed, I don't know where this footage is, but we filmed that piece of us reacting to seeing each other for the first time and we rode together and they even had like a drone footage of the car like driving. So we thought they were going to use it, but they didn't. They just cut into the scene where we were all walking in together, but I already met Sydney.
Right.
And then when I walked in, I was like, we were so excited because we haven't seen the domain. We have not seen what it looked like, but all we just knew that we were going to this circle house. And when I walked in, I was like, oh girl, this is nice. So in some of the scenes, you're like, oh girl, this is nice. You can hear me in the background saying all of this.
Dude, that was me as I was watching the show from my own house. That house that you guys stayed in was insane and amazing and so crazy and weird.
Yes.
So I'm always very fascinated by shows where it's a competition show, but you're all also living together.
Yes.
How was it basically living with your competition? Were you able to like turn on and off when it was like game mode and chilling mode, or was it always game mode?
For me, I was just really on a vacation. Like when I went there, I was like, I just got done with a crazy busy season at work, and I'm like, oh, Dillian, this is your time to just be you and relax. So my mind was like, even though we were in the game, my mind was just like, let's win these people like over with my heart, and then whatever happens. I'm just gonna play it and go crazy. So I really wasn't really thinking about game as much, which probably was my downfall, but overall, like sleeping next to each other, I had a ball. Even though Christopher tried to lie and try to make up a story talking about I'd be snoring all the time, when really and truly, I didn't. They said that my snore wasn't even that crazy because Chris tried to say, oh, I couldn't sleep because of Dillian. I said, he just tried to create a narrative.
Well, you do have to be careful with stuff like that too, because it's like, you know, you just saying like, I was on vacation, I just want to be friends with everyone. Even just that will help you stay in the game, right? People will want to eliminate their friends. But then if someone starts this rumor that you're snoring and keeping everybody up, then they might want to vote you out.
So it's messy. But I have my people that have my back. Chris would just try me.
What were some things that you guys would do when you like were in downtime of the game? Like, were you just bored, or could you? Because I'm assuming you didn't have phones.
Yeah, no phones at all. And I thought I was gonna go crazy because I live off my phone. I love checking Instagram.
Oh, me too.
That was the time that Beyonce came out with Cowboy Carter. So I was like ready, like on the tip of my toes, waiting for updates. And so my producer, I love her. She literally kept me up to date with everything that would be. I said, Beyonce posted today. She was like, no, not today. But then, like she would just keep me. I said, that's my only number one rule. That's what I want to know is what's happening in the outside world. What is happening with Beyonce?
Yeah.
So she would keep me up to date. But
that's actually so nice.
Yeah, on our downtime, we like literally, if the cameras were not rolling, they gave us like these headphones and we all had to be separated and we had to be quiet. So we couldn't talk or see each other. Only person that you was able to talk to was like your producer who was like monitoring you to make sure that you wasn't throwing any hand signals or trying to throw off the game when the camera is not rolling. So they kind of kept us separated. In
your house, you did have like those little like security cameras, but did you also have like camera people in the house with you, or was it just those surveillance cameras?
Not in the house. No. Whenever we were like waking up in the morning, it was just those like cameras that was like moving around.
So would you put your own microphones on and stuff?
Yes. So we had a hook on our bed that we had to like take on and take off our microphones and plug it in. Now throughout the night they would they are charging our battery pack. So when we wake up in the morning, they will tell us like, good morning. Like Dani would come on the overloud and say, hey, everyone wake up. It's time to get the day started. We will all wake up. The blinds will raise up and we will just get dressed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Dani.
My girl.
So Dani was like this mysterious robot woman in the sky that would say things to you guys through the speakers, or at least that's what it seemed like for us as the viewers.
Yes.
Was she really coming through the speakers?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, it could have very well been a producer.
Dani was shady as hell. I live for Dani. Like me and Dani, in my mind, me and her, we were best friends.
You probably
I told you I was Dani 2.0.
So do you have any idea how that worked? Like, was it a producer and they were like disguising their voice?
Yeah. I think it was a producer that was disguising their voice. Now, the same voice that you hear on TV, that's not the same voice we heard in the house. However, the same script. So the same script that they said like over the loudspeakers, they just put on another person's voice.
So the Dani you heard was different than the Dani we heard.
Yes, because sometimes it's a guy Dani. But it's still Dani. Like, we always addressed it as Dani.
So can you explain to me like what the day-to-day filming schedule was like? Like, you eliminated someone every day, is that correct?
Not every day was elimination day. Some days was like it was always every other day, I believe. Yes. And some days we will wait. First of all, we will wake up. They will ask to put our mic on. We will get dressed. We didn't have showers in there. So a lot of people say, where did you shower? They had portables. We had the shower in portables, which is like up the hill. So when you exit out of the house, we had to walk up these rocks, get golf carted to the shower area, shower in portables, and then come back down.
There weren't showers in the house?
Because the whole building was an architecture space. So they actually enclosed it and made it livable and sustainable for us to live in for that show.
Wow.
So if you take a look and do your research on it, like people go there to take photos and things like that, but they enclosed it to make it a livable space for us.
Interesting.
So we only had one restroom inside.
For every single person?
Well, the restrooms are also in a portable down the way, but in the house, they only had one singular restroom that looks like a closet door. So take a look at these panels and imagine like a secret bookcase or secret door that opens up, and that's the toilet. And it was a toilet and a sink. Then our like closet area was really not a closet. It was like a storage area down the stairs and the pool. So you know the pool that's in the middle of the house. The pool, not in the roundhouse, but in the square house.
Okay.
So inside we had to go down, and we would only have like 2 pairs of clothing, like two pairs of outfits per like day to choose from. But then I had to put in requests because you know me, I'm like, here's what I want to wear on this day. Like my fashion was my strategy going into this game. So I was like, you cannot mess this up.
You had one of my favorite lines I think I've ever heard in a reality TV show was, I brought a lot of outfits and I plan to wear them all.
Correct.
And did you get to wear them all?
Correct. And I did, because literally, like the crazy part is that even though I was sad to go home, I was kind of glad because I was like, what am I going to wear to my finale?
I ran out.
I had this amazing all white number. Like, oh my God. It was like so dreamy and so drapey. The sleeves were draped. I mean, the pants were like oversized, and I was going to wear it with this huge oversized hat. I put it on and they was like, hey, Dillian, you can't wear it because what it's showing, it's like, what word did they use? Whenever it like wavers on the screen, the cameras couldn't pick it up. It was like being whimsical on the screen. So it was like, you can't wear it. And I was like,
you're like, well, I don't have any other option.
I don't have no other option. Like, this is it. Like, this is what I plan on wearing for the finale.
Right.
And they said that I couldn't wear it. So I was so super sad. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put on this jean number. And I said, baby, if I go home, I went home. And I was like, praise God. And the thing, I was like, I was mad, like, quote unquote, but I was like, praise God, I didn't have another outfit.
Right. One less thing you had to worry about then. Because, oh my gosh, I love that so much.
But yeah, and that is true. I did wear all of my outfits.
I love
and
that.
ate them down. Yes, I am.
I'm obsessed with your fashion sense, truly.
Well, thank you.
Okay, this is the one thing I'm like the most confused about the show, The Anonymous. Okay. So you guys are all in these hideouts.
Yes.
Are they located in the same area that the house is? Like, what do they look like from the outside?
So you remember whenever we were going down that little stairway to go down to the hideouts? That's fake. Like, we went down to a tunnel that led to nothing.
Okay.
So even though it looks like the hideout is underground, the hideout is actually in portables, like literally off-site, like hidden by the woods.
Are they all near each other?
Yes.
So were you ever worried that someone would be able to hear you?
Sound.
Okay, so it was all soundproof.
All soundproof.
And would you walk in at the same time and out at the same time?
They were like 1, 2, 3 into the hideout, and we would all enter at the same time.
When you would exit the hideout, were people like kind of looking at each other, like trying to suss it out?
Yes, and the crazy part is as soon as you exit, they will have your headphones that you have to muffle, but like that physical contact was still like, people were still like making like gestures, and when they see it, they was like, no noise, like everyone separate. They would separate us to kind of make sure like the game is not going. They would like be pounding us and saying like, do not talk, don't talk, don't talk.
That's really interesting. So was it pretty small in there?
Yes.
It looked pretty small.
Yes, it was small. It's smaller. It was like literally like It was tiny. And then one day it got super hot because they forgot to put the AC in. It would get hot in there. So yeah, I was like, I'm burning up.
How long were you typically in the hideout?
Oh my goodness, for a good like 2 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you ever hit a point where you're like, all right, I'm done?
Yes, but they will ask you questions. This is your time. Like I use it as my super. I'm like, this is my time that people are going to be able to make out my story. If you don't talk, they will never know your side of the story. What you don't tell Dani, they won't know. So I was like, let me get everything out. So me and my Dani, we were yappers.
Yeah.
When I tell you we were cutting up in that suite, baby, I would keep her rolling and laughing and acting crazy. Baby, I gave her all of the tea. I said, Dani, are you ready for the tea party? And she was like, yes. I was like, okay, well, girl, let's listen. Let's spill.
So did everyone have a different Dani talking to them? Oh my God.
And I got to meet my Dani.
Did not many people get to?
No one else did, but I got to meet my Dani. She was like, thank you so much. It was my first time ever being like the producer that will ask questions. And we took a picture right outside. She has it on her phone. So I have yet to see it, but I do know I got to meet her. We took a picture and my Dani was black. I said, yes. So we had a key.
Yeah. She was probably so thankful that she had you too. Like, cause it could probably get a little boring for the Danis sometimes.
Oh, I know. Because
So.
people was not bringing let me not throw shade. You know, it's in the past.
You know, it's in the, no. We're not gossiping. We're not talking shit. But I mean, 2 hours of just talking to one person, like trying to produce them, I'm sure that could be really difficult. So like if I were a producer, I would be like, thank God I have Dylan because like he's giving me everything.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. I love to hear that. So I want to talk about like some of the rules that you had while you were filming. So first, like phone. You obviously didn't have a phone. What was like, were you allowed to call home at all?
So you were allowed to call home every 6 days. I remember that. We would have like a day break. At first we thought we were going to want the break, but honestly, I did not like the break. I didn't like the break. The break was so like, So we didn't have our phones. We had our numbers written down. If you wanted to watch on our break days, we could watch, I believe, Netflix or something, or just listen to music. I think just listen to music. We wasn't able to log into anything. So we were able to listen to Spotify and kind of just chill out. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I feel like it would be really boring. Like I'd want to just get the game over with.
Yeah, I was like, come on, speed it up. But then they took our phones on that day. You know, before you go into the actual show, they have a couple of days that you kind of be like literally by yourself in your hotel room for like days
like
leading up into the actual. Yeah, you're sequestered the whole. Yeah, it was crazy.
So did you guys have any like limit on alcohol in the house?
So they will only give us like an alcoholic beverage after elimination.
Okay.
So that will only be like champagne or like a little like bubbly things, and that was it.
Oh, so you didn't have access to it at all.
Yeah, no.
And then what was the food situation like? Did you were in this house? Did you have to cook your own food?
We didn't cook. They had like catering on site, so we would go out, get our food, and then walk in with our plates and eat.
So obviously, Dani was a producer a little bit, but like how involved were the other producers on the show? Like was there ever a producer in the house with you guys, or was it just you?
We have on the floor producers that is with us like all the time. They will be like watching us from the thing. If we have to go to a bathroom break, we just let them know, hey, we're going to a bathroom break because we have to go outside, out of the house to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And then we have to go back. So they were with us like all the time.
Did they ever try to like, I don't want to say intervene because that sounds like a negative thing, but like, did they try to help like get stories going or get people talking? Were they ever like, you should go over there and talk to Nina? Was it ever anything like that?
No, the only thing that they did is like, they wanted to make sure everyone had a chance to tell their side of the story. They were just saying like, hey, if you're going to the snuggle, please make sure if you're going to the snuggle room, only 3 people max are allowed in there. Like it should never be no more than 3 people because the camera can't capture everything. So that's why when I went off on Chris on that episode, it was like 5 people in it, and that was a weird camera angle.
Yes.
Because no one expected me to go like off on him, and he wasn't prepared to ready. And I remember the camera guy was dashing through the center just to kind of capture that moment.
I remember thinking that's kind of a weird angle that they have this huge scene being filmed
no one
from.
knew that it was going to happen. I didn't even know it was going to happen until it happened.
And that's authentic. So you also had to do like confessional interviews, right? How often did you have to do those?
So that was like a daily thing. So like if especially if they pulled you for more than once, That's how you know that you were like the storyline. So, man, girl, I was stay getting pulled.
I was going to say, you were probably out of breath walking back and forth.
I said, oh, baby, I'm ready to go to the thing. But then, however, the only time that they only pulled me one time was when I went on silent mode.
Oh.
So when I went on silent, and they named the whole episode after me, Toss. When I went on silent mode, I didn't even speak to producers. They were like begging me in the convention. It was like, Dillian, please say so. I said, mm-mm.
Wow.
I didn't, the whole day, I didn't speak to no one.
Not even your Dani?
I didn't even speak to my Dani.
When you were in these like confessional interviews, were you just speaking to like a voice over a microphone?
Oh, it was a camera setup similar to this, and they had a speaker. And so they were asked you questions.
Right.
So
obviously they're producers, right? They're producing like they're asking you questions in a specific way. Like what were some of the examples of like things they would ask you to like, or would you just go in there and talk?
So what was so good is that this is my strategy in the house. I was studying the way that they were asking me questions. And so how they would ask you questions, say, tell me what you think about this. Tell me. So that term, tell me, was a trigger term for you to want to spill your guts. Like you want, like when someone say, oh, tell me, they first is a signal that they're listening. Secondly, you're telling a command, but you're saying it in such a like nice, passive way that you're going to tell them everything you want to know. So I took that strategy. And when I was trying to get information from the house guests, I was like, tell me.
Wait, I kind of love that.
Yeah, because that's how producers talk to you.
Yeah.
That should be your strategy, because how they getting information out of you, that's the same way how they're like getting information out of everyone else. So use that as your strategy.
That is so smart, actually.
Yes. So that's why I'm like, when it's time for a social like experiment, you like I would eat it up.
Yeah.
Eat it up. And at the time I'm like, tell me.
Wow.
And they would spill the tea.
Now, as someone you were never on a reality show before The Anonymous. No. Was there anything that really surprised you about being on reality TV? Like, because you watch reality TV, right? So now being on it where you're like, didn't really know that's how that was done.
I mean, everything that I expected, I was like, oh, this is cool. I mean, the amount of people that it takes to film that show, I was impressed by. I was like, wow. And it's a lot of repeating the same thing. So like in elimination, they were like, okay, now we need a wide shot. Now we need a thing. So we would have to walk and do the thing over and over again, because they need a wide shot. They need they need a drone shot. They need so many different shots. So we would do that intro like so many times of walking into our space.
So like, even though it is reality TV, that is, I don't want to say fake, but it is a little fake of like, you guys really did walk in, but you didn't walk in 6 different times. They needed you to walk in 6 different times.
They needed us to walk in 6 different times and made it to one cut.
That is very interesting. So you made it to one episode before the finale. You were right at the end there.
Right at the end. Can you believe it? They eliminated me all this fashion.
Well, you didn't have any fashion left, Dillian.
I know that is true. But I could have shifted something up.
You could have figured something out. Right. I know you could have. What happens after you get eliminated? Do you hop on a plane and go straight home?
So as soon as you get eliminated, they will take you to the hotel for the night. You are allowed to have your phone back to make your calls. Like, and tell people like, hey, you can't really share with them what happened in the show. You can just say, hey, I'm heading home, just so people can be aware that you're like on your way. The next day was full day of interviews. So that is the producers, like you're going into that room where you do your confessionals to answer and to tighten up any storyline that you need. So that's why when you see, you kind of like, some episodes you see me wearing that final outfit, and it was probably like episode 2, but because they were asking me questions. No one catches it though.
Right.
But they were asking me questions like about Jack. Hey, did you like, or about just what was going on in the show? They just want your storyline to be like kind of like clear.
So I'd mentioned this in the beginning, but people seemed really shocked when you revealed who you were. Did you expect to be so good at a game like this?
I didn't know what to expect. That was my first time doing anything like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I guess I was really good at it. I guess they were gagged. You know what I mean? My main thing was like, they thought that I was going to be like the villain of the show. And I was like, y'all, I am not the villain of the show. Like, let's be real here. I know what I did, and I know my strategy and my gameplay was really, really good. But I know some people that was literally acting crazy. But yeah.
So would you ever do another show similar to that?
110%.
You would?
I would love to.
So you would, because you were saying like the challenges weren't really your thing, the social thing is your thing. Yeah. You would do a competition show again.
Like, bring it on.
Okay, what's your dream show?
I feel like I always wanted to give Traders a shot.
Is that not everyone's dream show?
I love Traders so much. And I feel like, I can eat it up. But I think I love going into new competition shows that haven't been done before.
Yeah.
I think I strive there.
Yeah.
Because,
you lay the groundwork too. You're such a big personality and in a great way that it's like these shows need someone like you for their first season. So people remember, like, I'll be honest with you. I watched Anonymous when it came out, but right now I can't remember every single face that was on that show. But I remember your face, because you make yourself memorable. That's why we watch reality TV, for these big personalities and these people that are memorable. So I could see you on another first season show.
Well, girl, bring it on, child. If you know anybody, just tell them to bring my line.
Okay, I'll see what I can think. Because that's always my follow-up of, like, people that have been on reality TV, would you ever go back? Most people have said yes. I've interviewed one girl that was like, I will never fucking go on reality TV again. But she was on you ever see Are You the One on MTV?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard about it though.
She was on like an old school MTV show where she was like, I know how the sausage is made now. I'm afraid of social media. I don't think I ever want to go back.
Really?
Did you ever have like any like negativity on social media after your show came out?
No, because the thing about it is my brain goes into like this like marketing mindset. I'm like, all publicity is good publicity. Right. So on one episode, if you want to make me a villain, yes. Okay, yes, I'm Dylan the villain now. And it's Dylan the villain. And it's like you got to claim it before. Like, if you are, I was never scared because who I am is who I am. There's no secrets. I can't hide my facial expression. You're going to see, you're going to hear it. If you don't hear it, you're going to see it on my face. So I can't hide that and I can't escape it. So I tell people the truth right up front. I let them know what they're getting into right away. So that way it's no shame whenever things do come out.
I almost wish you were a bit more of a villain because I would love to see you on like House of Villains. You know that show? Goodness. And like really lean into Dylan the villain.
But the thing about it is that I'm only like super like mean or like catty whenever I have to.
Yeah.
Whenever I see someone being disrespectful or when someone is not being fair or when someone is not being real.
Right.
So that irritates the mess out of me when I see fake people. I'm like, I'm not fake at all. Who I am is who I am through and through. And I don't like fakeness around me. So that's the only time I get triggered and have to go off.
Right. When you were on The Anonymous, now I'm just going back a little bit, you had said you had recognized like Xavier from Big Brother. Did you feel that people that had that type of like experience had a leg up on you, or did that never affect you?
Oh, I knew that he was going to be amazing at the challenges. I'm like, oh, he's going to be like a threat.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I'm like, he's good.
So it's more of a target on them.
Yes.
Okay.
But also I'm like, I want to work with him because maybe he is going to be a threat and he's going to work all the way to the end. Let's see.
Right. If you got a call from Big Brother or The Circle today, would you still say yes?
After talking to Xavier about the Big Brother, I don't think I would do Big Brother. He was like, it's 85 days and the house smell like human. And I'm like, I don't even want to know what that.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. What
no
that
further
is.
questions.
Like, no, thank you. But the Circle, yes.
The Circle's cute. I mean, he pretty much did it on The Anonymous.
I'm like, I did it. I want something fun.
Now, based on my research, you are a big reality TV fan, much like me. What are like some of your favorite reality shows?
I love RuPaul Drag Race. I love the creation of art, and I think it's so fun, and I think it's so needed in the world, and I think that is pure entertainment. I love it.
That show has it all. So you work in sports, right? At SoFi. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
So I work professionally in sports. I'm an executive, and a lot of people don't know, but I work in employee experience. So I'm huge on celebrating people. So like knowing people cues and what makes them upset or what makes them extremely happy, that's what I am an expert in. And so I love it because I get a chance to kind of connect with people and humans on an everyday basis.
Yeah. And that was what your job was when you went on The Anonymous. So did you have the same job before you left?
Same job.
So did you just have to tell them, hey, I'm leaving for a couple weeks?
Hey, yeah, I'm going to be out. Can I take some time? And they were like, yeah, they approved it. And I was out for 3 weeks.
Were you allowed to tell anybody that you went on a show, or you just had to say, I'm going out?
I can tell them that I am going to be on a show, but I can't tell them like what program is going to be on, what network it was going to show on. It's just, I'm going to be on a show. I couldn't tell them the premise of the show. I just had to like get that approved. That's
amazing that you had that. So many people have to quit their jobs to go on these shows, or they end up quitting their jobs after. I love that you had the same job before and after, and you're still there.
I'm still there.
Do you have a favorite sports team?
Dallas Cowboys. Don't tell nobody that.
I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Oh my God. Y'all are one of the most horrible fans when y'all come to the stadium. Lord, y'all always trying to fight somebody.
You're not wrong.
Like, I'm like, what is going on?
You're not wrong.
But I get it. You know, in Texas, football is religion. So
it is. Yeah. I just went to Texas for the first time last weekend. I never
Didn't you
been
love
there.
it?
I did. I went to Austin. So it was a little, people are like, that's very different than other Texas.
Yeah.
But I would definitely go back to anywhere else in Texas. It was amazing. So when did you move to LA?
I moved to LA in 2021. Moved here with a dream of like literally going into entertainment. And I've been enjoying it. I have been able to be a part of a reality show, host different things on YouTube channels, like be a part of this new content creation and what that looks like. And being a content creator and loving it. I mean, I live for it. I have a ball.
Yeah. So is that kind of what's next for you? I mean, you love your job, but like you want to get more into doing content creating and maybe some more reality shows?
I like to view myself as an MC and host, and I do that professionally. I've been doing that professionally for a while now. That's kind of got my start, and so I want to lean more into that and do more hosting engagement programs and things like that.
I can definitely see you doing more stuff like that.
I love moderating panels. I do that all the time. I host for different brands and things like that, so I have a good time.
Yeah, I bet you're like amazing at that. Would you ever have a podcast? I feel like you would thrive in this environment.
Well, girl, I'm a yapper, so who knows?
That's what I'm
show might be coming out.
I just want to thank you so much for, one, coming here today, but also going on reality TV and putting yourself out there so we could all watch you and being truly like you are 100% yourself. And not a lot of people can say that. And I think that's really amazing. Tell everybody where we can find you online. What are your handles?
Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me at Dillian The Celeb on all social media channels, baby. Go ahead, log in. Y'all know y'all want to see all this stardom.
I need you to do my outro for like every episode of this now.
Oh, girl, call me.
I will. Well, Dillian, thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. I can't believe I've never met you before. It was so easy to talk to you.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like we've been in the same spaces and we're now connecting.
We'll hang out. We'll hang out.
Girl, one thing about us, we had a ball. Until next time.
Thank you, Dylan.
Love you, Pookie.